hate the homies.
What up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of I Hate the Homies podcast. Rock Teasy is who I beezy.
And I'm your boy Griff. I don't know what number it is, but number 67.
Episode 67.
Episode 67. We're looking for an offensive lineman. We know that.
That's not a bad Griff impersonation, dog.
Guess what, Griff? It's your boy Super Dave. But guess what, y'all?
We don't care. We hold it down for Griff, man. He's in South Africa one more again. Y'all probably saying, why he always in Africa, man? Hey, he doing big things with his career, man. So he's got some stuff going on out there. He may pop in on this episode out of nowhere. You never know. But just in case, me and Super Dave gonna hold it down, man. So it's really only two things to talk about this week. We're gonna recap college football. We definitely gonna get into Colorado TCU. Everybody's still talking about Deion Primetime Sanders. You know I got something to say about that. And of course, we kicking off NFL season this week. Oh my goodness, I can't wait. Thursday night football. My Detroit Lions is gonna knock off the Super Bowl champs. I said it. It's going down, baby.
He making a pick. Hold on.
I'm excited about this one. I'm excited about this one.
You ain't got to go see anything about your Detroit Lions. You didn't watch any preseason games, right? But you making a pick about your Detroit Lions right now over Kansas City.
Oh, yes. And I'm going to tell you why. Stay tuned. Ray Duggar, let's go.
I hate the homies.
All right, so before we get into the Detroit Lions bold prediction of an upset over the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs, we'll save that for later on in the episode. Let's get into this college football. And do you want to go ahead and start with the hottest topic, Colorado TCU, or do you want to save that for the last game of recap?
No, we'll go straight in because I'm going to tell you this. It's been since Saturday afternoon when this game finally in between Colorado and TCU. I don't know how much more people can get on the bandwagon. Because I don't know, the bandwagon is it's full. It's over. It's overflowing right now. I don't know if the tires can stay heavy and keep all these people up in that bandwagon. Why are people going crazy over one game? I thought it was a great game. I give you that. It was a great game. You know, sometimes we overemphasize on stuff about stuff being great. I was very entertained the entire 2.5, 3 hours watching this football game. But I know you got things to say because, well, first of all, you didn't make a pick. Let's get that out the way. Did you or did you not make a pick?
Okay, so you want me to respond? You asked me a question. You want me to respond to that?
Yes, I do.
Last week when we were discussing this game, and we all went around who we thought was going to win the game, I said, I can't make an honest pick because I haven't seen Colorado play yet. We've all seen TCU. We seen Colorado play last year. Of course, they only won one game, but this is Deion's new. This is a whole. He got new. I think only one player stayed with the roster. He got a whole new team. So I couldn't make an honest prediction of who I thought was going to win. So what I did say, I said, look, everybody thought it was going to be a blowout, including you and Griff and a lot of other people. Y'all thought that TCU was going to win by 30 or 40 points. What I said was, nah. They're going to play them boys a little bit closer. I'm not going to go so far and say they're going to win, but they're going to play closer than y'all think. And y'all going to find out that Colorado is stronger than what y'all think. And as I've been saying from the beginning, they're going to win at least 5 games. And guess what? TCU probably wasn't one of those games that they was expected to win, so they could win 6 or 7. Man, listen, I'm going to go ahead and put it out there.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Listen, I know it's only one game, and I know we want to tap the brakes, and we don't want to over blow everything. But don't be shocked if they go 500 this year, bro. You know, I already know they're gonna win 5, maybe 6. But don't be sure. Listen, that was a hell of a performance. Now, both teams got to work on their defense, and I think Deion's gonna figure this thing out throughout the year because when you putting up 40 points, it's like, okay, where the defense at? It was a shootout, but they won the shootout. They won the game. It is what it is. So yeah, man, I'm on the bandwagon. I've been on the bandwagon. It's prime, dog. It's a mindset, but he got these boys on a whole nother level. No. And now, let me ask you this, Super Dave. I know it's only one game, but are you now convinced that the portal and NIL has something to do with leveling the playing field because Colorado won one game last year and they came out and just beat the defending a team that was in the national championship game last year. Say what you want to say about TCU, but they was in the national championship game and they beat them. What you got to say?
The reason why I won't give the portal the credit you want to give it right now is because we said this last week. They have talented players in the skill position. We saw it on Saturday. We saw it with Shador at quarterback, looking like freaking Tom Brady out there. My God, I know he got trained by Tom Brady and helped by Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, but God, dog, he was slicing and dicing those TCU defenders apart. You got Dylan Edwards.
Yeah, and you got Horn Jr. That boy
Horn
cold.
Jr. You got Weaver. Was it Weaver?
Dog.
100 yards.
And Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter playing two ways.
That is the real deal.
Come on, dog. Let me tell you something.
It's two players I'm sitting here saying right now that are the real deal. I saw them play at Jackson State, and they still look like they did against TCU. But now it's a different level with different talent. But Travis Hunter and Shador, he found a gold mine with those two guys, man. He really did. And one of them is his son. He's been grooming him for years. He's been grooming him to be a quarterback for years. But Travis Hunter playing both the ways, DB and also receiver.
He called
some incredible catches as a receiver.
He called.
Remember the thing? I think it was 3rd and 16. They were there. They were inside their own 20-yard line. 3rd and 16. Most teams are going for maybe the easy route, getting maybe 5 or 6 yards, then punt it, get field position. Shador went back, threw a dime over the middle to Travis Hunter, and he had good. The TCU defender had great coverage on him, but he went up and got the ball. He was a dog, man. He was a beast. I noticed what he got on his jersey. I think he has a D for dog.
Come on, dog.
Shador has the L for leader. They both have leader and dogs on that football team. I'm not a big primetime fan. I like what he's doing. I like what he's doing because the one thing he can do that other coaches can't do, and as Gone said, white coaches, they can't do this. They can't relate to those black players or relate to players, period, because it wasn't just black players in that football team. It's guys that listen to rap. There's guys listen to certain kind of music. He knows the culture of the young people, and he's not shy of not being around it. He's a part of it. I like that. That's the part I do like about him.
All right, so now that you are softening your opinion
on what?
You're softening your opinion. You're getting soft, man.
3.
But look,
3. They will only win 3 games. I'm not changing that.
Oh, get out of here.
Get
out of here. You said that TCU was going to be one of the games they lost. So you ain't going to at least come up to 4 games?
No, 3 games.
Man, come on, dog. All right.
But look, Rock, we've seen this before. Don't sit up and say, well, I said TCU was going to blow them out, and that's going to be one of the wins. Well, they can lose one of the games that I said they were going to win.
Absolutely.
Lose that.
Absolutely.
So it's only, again, just pump the brakes. And I'm speaking to everybody because I know people are getting hyped of what they saw in one game. Even Michael Irvin. Did you watch Undisputed last night, yesterday morning on Fox, on Skip's show?
No, I didn't see it.
But Michael Irvin with Sherman.
Richard Sherman and
Keyshawn Johnson. Now, Richard Sherman didn't say this, but it was Keyshawn and Michael Irvin. You know what? But you say 500, right? They said 9-3.
Well, I say at least 5, and if they have a great season, I can see him finishing 500.
But not 9-3.
That's strong. That's strong.
That's what I said.
That's strong. Man. But look. But if they somehow figure that out, listen, if they can figure out that defense, and if they can get that defense better, their offense can play with anybody in the country. They can score against anybody. I was impressed with the offensive line. I was impressed with the play calling. They just got to tighten that defense up front. And if they can somehow do that, hey, man, it's still early. So let me get back to you on that 9-3. That's kind of strong, but I believe in Prime. I believe in the mindset. I believe, and Shedeur Sanders said it best when they interviewed him after the game, and we can find the clip and play it. They were saying, "Hey, did you feel any pressure because you're coming from Jackson State and everybody they knew that can you perform on the same high level in this with Colorado over here with better competition?" Shedeur was like, "Bro, I'm a Sanders. I don't feel pressure." And I love it because I teach my kids the same thing. If you're afraid or if you're nervous, you're putting that stuff in your own head. If you feel pressure, you're putting that stuff in your own head. You're doing that to yourself. So it's a mindset, man. And when he said that, he said, "Dude, I'm a Sanders. I don't feel no pressure. It is what it is, man. I work hard. This games are fun because they work so hard at practice." You know what I'm saying? And I love it, man. It is what it is. We can go on and on, man. We're going to see what happens. It's a great way to kick off college football. And everybody's going to be watching the Colorado Buffaloes every single week. And I'm going to put my prediction in this week early. They're going to beat Nebraska this week, and for their home opener.
There you go. I mean, I'm happy that you gave a prediction finally, because now what you had a chance to see what they're okay. But guess what? Other teams, other defensive coordinators now know what Colorado is all about. We've said this from day one. They have skilled players, but that don't mean I'm still on board on them winning 4 or 5 games. I still see them sticking to my 3-game system of winning 3 games this year. Only 3. If they top out at 4 or 5, I'm happy for Prime. I just don't see it.
This is coming from the dude that said Clemson gonna be in the college football playoffs and they got beat by Duke. What you got to say about that, Mr. Clemson? Clemson's gonna be one of my predictions to be in the college football playoffs.
This is what you do. You do this, and this really makes me mad. Again, it's only 1 game. They're in the easy conference. They're in the same conference with Miami.
They got beat by Duke, bro.
Okay, that's fine. If you're gonna lose, you lose early.
So you still got Clemson going to the college football playoffs.
I'm not changing my picks. Just you want me to do that. I'm not changing anything. We got a long season. I'm not changing anything on Colorado. I thought Deion did a great job. Only thing I didn't like after the game, I know Deion he's brash, he's about making noise, he has his catchphrases, which I do like. I do like to do the catchphrases, but I didn't like some of the stuff he said after the game and talking about the receipts and do you believe? First of all, the media ain't got it. We don't have to believe. It's those guys in the locker room and your Colorado fans. I'm not a fan. I want to see you do great and great things. Even at Jackson State, I did. But don't try to make me believe, make me a fan. I'm not a fan. I can be objective. I can have criticism just like they do with the Cowboys. I'm a Cowboy fan. You don't see me. I do the same thing I do with Deion. I do with the Cowboys. You know that. I'm real.
I ain't got no problem with the way Deion roll his boat. You know what I'm saying? He got
even on Ed Porter, he called out when he said, "Oh, hold on."
Yeah, call him out. Listen, if you ain't listen, man, that's why, dude. He's a winner, son. And people talk about his they confuse his confidence with arrogance and cockiness. He ain't arrogant and cocky, he confident. And that's what it is. And people need to get that in their thick skull to understand he's just a very confident dude about anything that he applies his mind to, whether it's sports, whether it's business, whatever it is. There's nothing wrong with having confidence to believe that I will win. We will succeed. And if they don't succeed, okay, that don't mean that you lost. That means you learned. It is what it is, man. So I love it. I love it, man. And I put the same mindset into my kids as well. Like, man, listen, it's people gonna confuse your confidence and they're gonna call you cocky, they're gonna call you arrogant, they're gonna call you all this kind of stuff, they're gonna do all whatever, you're doing too much, you're too flashy, this and this, whatever, man. Listen, don't worry about all that. You stay focused with what's on your mind, what you believe in, and have that self-confidence, and you apply it to anything that you do in life, and you will succeed at it. And
do you still say what he said? Exactly what he said was when he told Ed Water, the reporter, and we all know Ed, he's been with the Dallas Morning News, now he's with ESPN. Mm-hmm. He called him out. He was mainly targeting him, saying, "Oh no, now do you believe? Do you believe now?" And Ed said, "Believe in what?" "Oh, he don't believe." Next question. He said I keep receipts. Receipts for what? It's only one game. What happens when you lose next week? I want to see how he is after he loses to Nebraska next week. If he's the same kind of person he is right now.
What did he do? What did he do when he lost the Celebration Bowl when he was at Jackson State?
Oh,
what did he was quiet.
One
thing about Prime. Oh yeah, when he win, he gonna shine. When he lose, he gonna shine too. But he gonna say, hey man, we got beat.
Barack, you didn't have a problem with that about keeping receipts. I mean, after one game. I mean, if it's the 10th game of the season,
no,
and they're 9-1.
No, here's why. Here's why I didn't have a problem with it, because man, you'll be amazed on some of these people how they just be trying to push your buttons and they try to just nitpick and they really don't want you to win. They really don't want you to succeed. They don't want to see you succeed. So yeah, keep those doggone receipts. Now, I'm not a big I told you so type person unless I'm debating with you and Griff. You know, when we doing this stuff on a podcast, we have our barbershop talk and we talking with the homies about sports debates. Oh yeah, we talk noise. That's part of it. It's all fun and games. If my team win and your team loses, of course I'm gonna say I told you. You gonna do the same thing. Griff gonna do the same thing. It is what it is. It's part of sports. So I have no problem with keeping the receipts just to let people know. Okay, now what you think about that?
But I'm more humble than you, because after the game Saturday, you sent out a text, said I told y'all.
Sure did.
Guys, and I you know what?
Sure did.
I said I would never do anything like this.
Oh,
never.
You crazy!
I would never do. I would never stoop this low to put a text out there saying, and then at the end say I'm a sports genius. When you did make a pick, now if you had a pick and say Colorado, that's fine, but you didn't.
I was wise enough as a sports genius to let you two know that I haven't been to Colorado training camp. I haven't seen what they look like on the field in practice, other than highlights, highlights in practice, quick little clips that we've all seen, but I haven't seen them play. So I can't make a educated decision to say this team will beat this team until I see them. Now that I've seen them play, I'll be able to predict which games I think Colorado was going to win the rest of the season from week to week. So we'll be able to do that moving on.
Okay, let me ask you this one question. And you brought up Travis Hunter earlier, but can he do exactly? I think he played 129 snaps in that game. Had 100. He led the team in receiving yards, 119. Now the interception that he had, that was incredible.
Man,
that was incredible.
Man.
Now the quarterback for TCU was late, but it was a hell of a play. He stretched out for the interception. And the one that I did like when he got to the sideline is just that him and Deion grabbed him like a father would grab his son, and just. You saw the emotion there. I was like, God, dog, I really don't want to like this, but you kind of gotta like it.
So let me
right there.
So Deion, as confident of a person that he is, and he's quick to tell everybody he's the coldest, he's the best defensive back to ever play the game, and he is.
Yeah,
and he was.
Yeah,
no doubt. It's like the Jordan conversation. Jordan and everybody else. When it comes to playing defensive back, it's prime time and then everybody else. Prime himself said that Travis Hunter is the closest thing that reminds him of him. Like he said it, and this ain't no secret. He said Travis Hunter could possibly be better than Deion Primetime Sanders by the time he's done playing. So and we got a little snip. Like even when he was at Jackson State, I mean, come on, man. Travis was doing whatever he wanted at Jackson State. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but now
he was.
But now he's transforming, doing it at Colorado. Say what you want to say about TCU and their defense, whatever. We're gonna see what happens. But Travis Hunter is the real deal. He's not no fake. His name's gonna be in the Heisman conversation probably by week 4. Shador, if he keeps putting up the numbers that he's putting up, his name gonna get in that Conversation as well. So, but Travis Hunter is for real, man. He's that dude. He is him.
But okay, this is sophomore year, correct?
Yeah.
So he has to come back next year.
Wait a minute. He played 2 years at Jackson State, right? He was 2 years with Prime, right? Year and a half, kind of.
Yeah, I think so. I think he has to come back for one more year.
Right. Absolutely.
But with Travis at 129. snaps in a game.
Can he sustain that the whole
Can he
season?
sustain that for a whole season? And to me, you can't. You
Well,
can't do that.
Well, here's the deal. Here's the deal. He's been doing that in high school. He did it at Jackson State. Now can he continue to do it? He's obviously conditioned, and they've obviously got a formula on how they use him. As far as when they put him on offense versus defense. If he's playing defense and they go 3 and out, 3 plays, 2 of the plays are running play, 1 was a passing play. He didn't exert that much energy. Okay. Now let's go play some offense. But if it's a long drive from the opposing team and he's on that defensive field the whole time, then he's probably not going to play that next series on offense. He's probably going to rest. You know what I'm saying? So can he do it? We're going to find out. I know one thing.
This is where you get paid as a head coach, because now we have tape. We have tape on Colorado. We know what they can do with Edwards, with Hunter, with Shedeur at the skill position. But with Hunter playing both sides of the ball, I'm just telling you this. And I don't know if other coaches are going to do this. I don't know if it's been done. But point is, you know exactly what I'm going to say.
I'm going at him. I'm going at him.
Single play. What are you going to do? Even if I don't throw it that way, what am I going to do? I'm going to tell that receiver, whoever Travis Hunter is on,
run a go route.
Run a go route.
Yep.
That's your job, no matter what. If you don't come on his sideline without running him down that field, you're not getting back in the game.
No, you're right. I'm getting him tired. I'm getting him tired. I can't disagree with that. If I'm the other team, I'm gonna wear him out on defense. But one thing about Colorado that I was really impressed with, they got wide receivers. They're deep at that position. And Horn Jr. is nasty. He may be unguardable, bro. Like for real. And when him and Hunter is on the field at the same time, dude, they have 4 100-yard receivers, man. So they good. Now, when Travis is on offense, okay, it's almost impossible to stop him. But when he's not on the field, they still move the ball like it wasn't nothing.
And I can say he's their best wide receiver and their best DB on that team.
He's the real deal.
He is, and that's the amazing part. I mean, if he's going, he will be going to the next level. All I'm saying is you can't. I think next year, if you know that next year is your last year in college football, you can't do two. You can't play both sides of the ball because you got to have something left for the NFL. That's where you're gonna make your bread. That's where you're gonna make your money. Even though you're making money now, all these guys are making money, but you're gonna make real money in the NFL.
Dude, why can't he play both ways? Deion played both ways.
Not every single play. Not like he's doing. Rock. He didn't do what Travis.
Now Travis, he ain't gonna be able to play 129 snaps.
That's all I'm saying.
But he can still play both ways.
Yeah, because Deion played it with the Cowboys. We saw that with the Cowboys, but it was in certain spots.
Right.
That was it. That's all I'm saying. He can't do 100 snaps a game. He cannot do that and sustain the entire year.
No, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough, especially when you get to that level. Because like everything is faster and but he'll still play both ways. I promise you.
And before we move on, because I ain't changing anything that I said, the one thing I do like, and I met this guy. I met Shedeur at my barber. I hate to say this to you because you'll start laughing. At my barber's, I think my barber cuts Shedeur head. Yes, he does. You can laugh all you want.
Hey man, it's all good.
And he was coming out the house when I was going in, and he said, "How you doing, sir?" Now I do like that. You don't see kids doing that.
Oh, very respectful.
Yeah, very respectful. But the other thing too, how tall this kid was.
Yeah.
I said, is that the same boy we're talking about? And he was like, "Yeah, that's him." I said, "God, dog. Oh, he's NFL ready. He is NFL ready."
And man, listen, he getting that Tom Brady mind, that tutelage. It's like, man, this dude, man, just watching him throw that ball accurately with he didn't have happy feet. He wasn't generous. He wasn't like, okay, he was just, let's go. And if he got sacked, he was taking sacks like NFL quarterbacks. Like he was like, oh, nothing's there. All right, let me go down, take the sack, get up, next play.
The part that was hard to stomach as we're watching him dissect that TCU, whatever that defense was, he looked like Tom Brady. They didn't have a running game, but their running game was a short passing game. And that's what Tom Brady did in New England.
Absolutely.
But they're gonna have to establish a run, and they gotta get better on that defensive side.
And you just mentioned New England. who do you think hangs out with Bill Belichick getting a lot of that knowledge? Deion Primetime Sanders.
I can't argue anything.
Who else? Who else does he hang out with? Nick Saban.
Nick Saban.
Listen, Prime ain't dumb. And see, here's where people don't understand. Now, he knows about football. He played his whole life, one of the greatest of all time. But he also understands, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to channel the greatest minds in this sport so I can win. And not making dude, listen, I'm telling you, man, it's just, let's see how it pans out. Let's see how it plays out.
You're almost making me want to change my.
You're going to have to, bro.
No, I'm not. You're
going to have to. The man knows what he's doing.
No, he knows what he's doing, but he has great coaches around him.
Absolutely.
The offensive coordinator had a great game plan. And what TCU, what they failed to do in this game, the arrogance of TCU. This is the offensive team, the offensive side. They knew they controlled the ball, especially in the second half, running the ball. Why would you run away from that? They wanted to say, I see what Shador is doing. Watch our quarterback. And he ain't Shador. I'm going to tell you that right now. We saw that. Two turnovers in the red zone. You cannot. I thought it was Dak Prescott out there.
Oh, come on, man. Hey, listen, it is what it is, man. It's going to be fun to watch Colorado the rest of the season. You're right. It's only one game, but they're going to still have a solid season. Watch what I tell you.
And it's Deion and Colorado overload. It's almost like with Beyonce. I get sick and tired of hearing about Beyonce. And right now I'm getting sick and tired of hearing about Colorado and about Deion. I really am.
Not me. Shoot, I'm waiting for. I'm gonna be looking. I can't wait. I'm gonna be watching every game. If it ain't on TV, I'm watching it on somebody's doggone phone.
It's good. It's good. No, it's good for college football.
It's great for college football.
The one thing we're not talking about, it takes away from all this realignment stuff that we're hearing over the past few months with the Big Ten, the SEC, the ACC. It's been focused now back on football. And that camera stays on Deion during the game. It really does. I
love it.
This.
I love it. Let's go, man. And only other college game to really talk about is Florida State beating LSU, like put that whooping on them boys out there. So, it is what it is. Anything you want to say about that? Because I'm ready to get into the NFL. You already know why I'm excited about the NFL.
Just quick notes on the college football. No, the only one was the Florida State. I think Florida State is back. And we can say that they beat LSU last year, but then they ended up losing some bad games during the season. But watching them play LSU, they made LSU look slow. They were bigger than LSU, and they were faster, like Florida State used to be back in the day. That was surprising. And the way they blew them out in the second half, it's like they just played a boxing match with LSU, and all of a sudden LSU just gave up in that third and fourth quarter. Mm-hmm. Other one, remember this, Oklahoma. See, that's why I say it's only one game. Oklahoma put up 10 touchdowns
on Arkansas State. Oh my goodness! And I think didn't the head coach almost start crying or something from Arkansas State?
You can't do that, kid, coach, for Arkansas State. You cannot crowd the sideline. And one of his fans tried to console him.
You're crying on the sideline, coach?
How you think? But hold on. How you think Oregon? How you think Portland? Was it Portland State? How you think they felt losing to Oregon 81?
Hey, man.
Put up 81.
Listen,
Oregon put up 81 against them.
It's listen, there's gonna be you can't. I get it. It's a check. When you're a smaller school, you want to play a bigger school. One, to see if you can compete, but two, it's about the check, man. You want to get that money. Because if I'm a small school playing a big school, man, there's a lot of money that comes along with that. You know what I'm saying? So
and that's why the coach in the crowd.
Yeah, but in
the background.
Be careful what you wish for sometimes.
You can't cry. And I can't wait for next week before we leave this topic, but I can't wait for next week. I want to see what Milroe for the Alabama quarterback, what he does. That's Texas, Alabama. And at Alabama. That's going to be a big game next week.
Yeah, I think
Colorado, a big game next week.
I think Texas finally turns the corner this year. I don't know what that means.
How many years we've been saying this?
This is my first time saying it. Like, this is, I think we're going to
start. I'm saying people in general have been saying it for years.
Yeah, I think they finally turned the corner this year. Now, like I said, I don't know what that means. I mean, but we going to start.
A prediction?
Not really a prediction. I just have a good feeling that they're going to have a really strong season this year. I don't think they're going to don't think they're gonna have any hiccup games. Like they had a bunch of hiccup games last year and the year before. Like just when you thought, okay, Texas is back. But this year, I think they're gonna be all right, man. I think they're gonna go through and they should win all the games that they should win. And the ones that they lose it's gonna probably come down to field goals and stuff. They're gonna have a solid year this year. That's my prediction, if that's what you want to call it.
Well, we'll find out when they play Oklahoma. That'll be the last time they play. The tradition, the Red River Shootout. That's gonna be the sad thing about them going to the SEC.
Yeah,
you're gonna lose those rivalry games. I'm telling you, man. That's the sad part about it.
Oklahoma, they both going, right?
Yeah, but you won't have the Red River Shootout.
Why not? If they still play each other, it can still be called the Red River Shootout. On that certain day, in Dallas at the Cotton Bowl, I don't see why they would take that away. Have you heard? Yeah, they got to keep that, mate. That's too much money, bro. That's too much money.
I hope they really do.
Yeah, it's too much money. You know what I'm saying? And the SEC probably gonna love it. Like, okay, yeah, let's just keep on doing it, and we can make some of that money. So
Griff, where you at, man? We need to make our college football picks for next week. I hate to let Rock slide off of this.
Hey, man,
I ain't gonna do it just with him, and then next week you come in here going, well, I thought I was gonna pick that one too. I was gonna pick the same team you did. No,
hey, you better jump on that Rock T bandwagon and pick what I pick if you want to be right. Doggone it, Super Day.
Just 2 games. We'll pick this right quick. Texas,
Alabama. Yeah, Alabama's gonna win there at home. Okay. It's gonna be a good game though.
And then Nebraska, I got Nebraska. You got Colorado.
Colorado's gonna win that game.
Okay, let's get in the NFL, baby.
Okay, so we're gonna start off with the game that's gonna kick off the doggone season. My mighty Detroit Lions. Shout out to Coach Campbell, baby. If you ain't on Coach Campbell's bandwagon yet, you better jump on because it's going down. We gonna get to play the Kansas City Chiefs, Super Bowl champions, Kansas City Chiefs. As of right now, best team in the NFL. And they may be there again this next year. I'm just going to be straight up honest with you. But on week 1, they're going to have a little Super Bowl overload. A little Super Bowl, what you call it when you hangover. A little Super Bowl hangover.
Okay.
And I think that the Detroit Lions going to sneak up in there and get them, bro. Like, man, I'm telling you, it's now Kansas City may go win 8 or 9 or 10 in a row after that. But this first game, I'm not saying this because I'm a Detroit Lions super fan.
You're a homer. Yes, you are.
Yes, I am that. But I really believe that my Lions are going to upset and beat the Kansas City Chiefs. There it is.
We don't drug test on this podcast because I think you're ready to be drug tested for this one.
Come on, man. You got to admit.
You just said with the Colorado TCU game that you got to wait to see some footage of what footage have you seen?
Did you watch the Detroit Lions season last year? Did you watch the Detroit Lions season last year?
It's a different team now.
They're better.
Okay, Kansas City is better. No,
the Kansas City is the same team. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're the best team in the league. No disrespect.
So you're talking about a team that didn't make the playoffs last year.
Yes.
Going to open the season against a team that won the Super Bowl.
Yes.
And beat Kansas City. Not in Detroit.
In Kansas City.
In Kansas City.
Yeah.
Arrowhead.
Absolutely. Okay.
We need to be drug testing on this show. I'm telling you. We
Come on,
really
man.
do.
Watch what happens.
That's too much homer. I'm a Cowboy fan. I've never seen you like this where you make a prediction. Now, I like your prediction as far as you finally made a prediction. You know what? I'm gonna let you have it because you did make a prediction. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Come on, man.
Normally I complain when you don't make a prediction, when you say you got to look at video or not. No, you made a prediction. We stick with it. It is
what it is. So what are you saying? Is it gonna be a blowout?
Oh, I can't. See, that's where you try to get me. No. Kansas City will win. That's all you're gonna get from me.
Okay, because sometimes you be like,
I said they win by 15. You said they were gonna win by 15. They didn't win by 3. No,
you don't want to say that Colorado was gonna get beat by 40, and you was like very adamant about it. Man, they gonna get blown. It ain't gonna be no game, and we're gonna see if Shedeur Sanders can play against this stiffer competition. Yeah, he can do it at the HBCU, but can he do it against this? Blah blah blah. It's gonna be a whole nother ball game. That's all I'm saying. This is Super Dave language.
This is one game, but that's fine. That's one game. We'll see what happens for Colorado, but we'll see what happens for Detroit.
All right.
Worried about it.
So where we going next? Yo Cowboys?
My Cowboys. in New York against the Giants.
They can win that game. They should win that game.
They're supposed to win that game.
They will win that game.
The Cowboys defense is back. Michael Parsons, we talk about Travis Hunter for the Colorado Buffaloes being a dog. Michael Parsons is that dog for that Cowboy defense and for that Cowboy team. In his third year, he is a leader. And all he thinks about and all he wants to do is win. Because of that, and if Dak can limit his mistakes, I got them beating the Giants. I don't care if it's on a Sunday night. They will beat the Giants.
If Michael Parsons stays healthy, he will be Defensive Player of the Year.
I like that.
He will be Defensive Player of the Year.
Yes. And now you got him more. They got him more playing on the defensive line than that linebacker.
Which is going to increase his sacks.
The best part about him, he's always hungry and he wants that quarterback. He really does. And now you got Gilmore on the outside with Diggs. They got a pretty good linebacker core. Offensive line is intact right now. They just signed Steele the other day. Gave him a big time contract. So they're good on the offensive line. The big question mark now is, can Pollard hold a load and carry that load for a full 17-game season? That's the big question mark.
You got Deuce Vaughn, bro. It's still gonna be.
I like Deuce.
It's still gonna be a 1-2 tandem. It's just instead of Zeke, it's gonna be Deuce. So Pollard gonna be fine. He ain't gotta hold the whole load.
We'll just do game by game, because if I won't Griff here when we make our predictions. And if we got to make it on next Monday after we've seen one game of the regular season, that's fine. But I don't want to do anything without him, because I want to make sure we get his opinion too.
That's cool.
I got the Cowboys there.
All right.
Texans, Ravens.
Oh, Ravens.
Yeah. Lamar got his contract, and they got
man, you keep on moving. We ain't even got to break that thing down. Ravens gonna win that game, man.
Browns, Bengals. That's
gonna be a good one.
Deshaun Watson. If he got a massage, he plays better games when he gets a massage.
I just don't think Deshaun Watson is gonna return to the player that he was in Houston. Bengals gonna win this game.
Joe Burrow, I got him as he's gonna be my MVP this season. So yeah, I got them winning this football game. Vikings, Buccaneers.
Vikings.
You don't trust Baker Mayfield?
No.
Okay, I'm with you on that. Saints, Titans.
Man, the Saints look pretty good in preseason, man. Titans is just one of those teams that who's at home?
Saints.
Saints at home. Oh, we're going with Saints. Saints at home.
I got the Titans there. Panthers, Falcons. Who really cares? I mean, Bryce Young's gonna get killed this year because he has no offensive line. He has no weapons, but he's a hell of a quarterback. But I go with the Falcons there.
Yeah, Falcons on that one
right now. Colts, Jaguars.
Jags.
Trevor Lawrence, the real deal. We saw
that
last year in the play. 49ers, Steelers.
49ers. Yeah, 49ers.
You don't know where Pickett is right now.
Is Brock Purdy playing?
Brock Purdy should be playing. Yes, he'll be playing.
49ers. He for real. It wasn't no fluke last year, in my opinion.
I go with the 49ers too. Cardinals, Commanders.
I don't think Kyler's playing, is he?
No, he's out. He's gonna be out like 3 or 4 more games.
Yeah. And who's the quarterback for the Commanders? I don't even know.
Sam Howell.
Jesus, flip a coin. This is the flip a coin game of the week.
But Eric Bieniemy is the offensive coordinator
for the Commanders.
But the one thing that makes me want to veer away from Washington is what they said a few weeks ago when they said Eric was too intense. Intense.
Come on, man. Just because of that, that's a good point. Let's go with the Commanders. But that's a flip a coin game right there.
I agree. Broncos, Raiders at the Broncos. See, Griff is not here for this one.
This is a good one because
first game as the head coach.
Ooh, and I just don't see Russell having that another off year. I think Russell gonna be back in his Russell Wilson version of Seattle back in the day. So, but man, the Raiders look good too, bro.
All I remember now, which Griff was here for this. Who was it? Will Greer for the Cowboys, the third string quarterback, that final preseason game.
Yep.
He had MVP numbers against the Raiders. That's what they left me with.
I'm going with the Broncos. I'm going with the Broncos. Man. I'm going with the
dudes are crazy.
I root for the Raiders on the side, but I'm going with the Broncos.
Dolphins, Chargers.
Ooh, golly, that's a good one. They playing in San Diego? LA?
Yeah.
Only because they playing it. Ah, man.
I think that first game, Dolphins, because of what Tua has on that offensive side. It's the part about him staying healthy.
Man.
They picked up a little bit of weight, I guess, to help him protect some of those hits he's been getting. But who was that called him? Looked like I forgot what, I can't think of his name. On First Take with ESPN, with Stephen A. Smith sometime. Ryan Clark. He dogged him out. He dogged Tua out. Tua got sensitive about it. I forgot what he said, but he dogged him out about being, because everybody else was saying Tua picked up some weight. He's like, man, that's just fat.
Hey, I'm going with the Chargers, bro. I'm going with the Chargers at home.
I'm going with the Dolphins. Eagles, Patriots.
Oh, Eagles.
I go with the Eagles. Bears, Packers.
Are they playing where?
They're playing Chicago.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough for the Packers to kind of get back on track, man. So I'm going with the Bears.
I go with the Bears too. Rams at Seahawks. Rams. You going with the Rams?
I'm going with the Rams. I get it. Rams are not what they thought, but I think they're gonna be good enough to win this game.
They invested everything that 1 year to win that championship.
Yep.
They've been falling apart since then.
I think they're gonna have enough to get this first win.
I'll go with Seattle. And then we got the Cowboys, the Giants. I got the Cowboys, and then when you got the Cowboys, and then Bills, Jets on a Monday night.
Woo! That's the game.
York.
That's the game of the week right there, Jack.
In New York.
Listen, I got Aaron Rodgers as my MVP this year. Like
what?
Yes, sir. I got Aaron Rodgers my MVP.
Have you seen that offensive line?
Barring any injury, but yeah, man. I'm telling you, this is the reason. Here's why. Aaron is happy. Like, now don't get me wrong. He can have 2 bad weeks.
Okay.
And now that happiness can turn to frustrated Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. We've seen that Aaron Rodgers. We've seen that Aaron Rodgers a lot. Okay.
But I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm drinking that that green, lime green Kool-Aid out there in New York. I'm picking the Jets to win this game against the Bills. And y'all know I had the Bills going to the Super Bowl last year. And I like the Bills. I like Allen. But I think the Jets going to get them. They in New York? Come on, baby. I'm picking the Jets to win this opening game.
I'm going to go with the Jets only because of the way the season ended last year for the Bills. And I don't think everything's still fine between Allen and Diggs. The way Josh Allen, how he played last year in that cold, wintry game against the Cincinnati Bengals, and his receiver calling him out at the end of the game on the sideline.
Yep.
I don't think that's been resolved, and I think the window is closing now. I don't believe in the Jets. I don't believe in the hype of the Jets, but the first game, almost like what we saw with Colorado, even though the Jets will be at home now, I can see the Jets being pumped up for this one game. I'm not saying the rest of the season. One game, I can see them beating the Bills. I got the Jets winning.
You better believe in that Aaron Rodgers out there with them Jets.
I said for one game.
Jets.
For one game. One, that's all.
It's going to be fun to watch.
We'll do it week to week, but
that's
one game, I got Jets beating the Bills.
So like you said, we'll wait to do our predictions of who we think is going to make it to the Super Bowl this year. We'll wait till Griff come back to go into all that details or whatever. So,
y'all better wait for me.
Yes, sir. So on that note, man, that's it. We got the college, we got the NFL. We'll be back next week. Hopefully, Griff will be back. We're getting more details. Thank y'all for continuing to check in to I Hate the Homies, man. You guys, let me tell y'all something. Let me get on my soapbox real fast. Because of all the subscriptions, because of all the downloads, because of all the 5-star reviews that you've been giving I Hate the Homies, man, we are grateful for you guys. We continue to do this for week to week because without y'all, we wouldn't be able to do this, man. It is what it is. So thank you, man. Continue to hate the homies. We love it. We know y'all love it too in a good way. And we'll see y'all next time as we do the same thing. Rock Teasy is who I beezy.
It's your boy Super Dave, but damn, you almost sound like Coach Prime the way you gave that little speech there.
Let's go, baby. Do you believe?
I want to run.
Do you believe?
No, I don't believe. No, I don't. I don't. But guess what?
We don't care. Deuces.
I hate the homies.